And here we go, game number 2 between Namshar and Nogard. This time we will be playing on the map Overgrowth, and let's introduce our players right now. Spawning in the bottom left hand corner we find our red Zerg player from Team Carnage Esports. It is Namshar. And currently Namshar is 1 point up over his opponent Nogard, the teal Zerg player spawning in the top right hand corner. So let's see if he can bring it back, if he can equalize the score right here. If Namshar gets another point, it means that Nogard is out of today's Go for StarCraft 2 Cup tournament. Now, this is a pretty popular map for 10 pools, or very early pools of one way. You will have it. Still very standard. There's only one other location where your opponent can be. So you know exactly where to send those Zerglings, and on this map still a hatchery first play is pretty normal. But none of the players are going for something like that, and well, what we normally see in a ZVZ, in a best of 3, the player that is ahead 1 point will go for the spawning pool first, and the player down 1 point will go for the hatchery first. Now the hatchery first for Nogard is going to come down, and also the spawning pool has started in the base of Namshar, so it also applies right there. The reason behind that is, as what I have found mostly, is that if you are up 1 point, you don't want to lose to stupid stuff. So if you are up 1 point, why give away that lead just because your opponent really wanted to go for that 9 pool or that 10 pool or that Baneling all in? So that is pretty much the reason behind that. Other than that, they don't have any information about each other. They have not scouted anything at all. So they have nothing other than that to go on. So it is a very weird research, but it did stand out to me. So let's have a look where this will go right now. The first queen on the production tab for Namshar, so he can start the inject. And after that he's going to move that queen towards the low ground and start another queen at his main base, so he's still got that double queen. Now of course the difference might be where the gases are being taken. On this map I really don't mind going gasless like we did see in that last game. The wall off is pretty decent to get a hold of, especially if you go for the hatchery first build that Nogard went for. But by now the overlord of Namshar did spot what was going on. He did see the timing of that natural base, so he knows the opponent went for that hatch first. Cannot really go into the main base to check those gas guys, because he might still lose it to some queen popping out just at the wrong moment. But still, everything looking pretty decent and very standard so far. A few Zerglings from Namshar. Did not produce 6 this time, just 2, just to get a scout off. See if the gas guys were already taken. But Nogard has sent 4 Zerglings, no 6 Zerglings actually, to the other side of the map. And that is going to mean that Namshar should get some extra Zerglings in order to defend against this. His own Zerglings were trying to pick off one of the drones. Did not get any of them though. There's still 1 Zergling. Those queens are pretty lazy right there. But the Zerglings of Nogard do get denied. No workers killed off still. 4 Zerglings will make it into the main base, but there's still a queen here to defend, and a few Zerglings of Namshar have just popped out to get the kill on that. So in the end, only 1 Zergling will make it to that mineral line. There are still 2 Zerglings chasing it. But Zergling speed already going to be on the way from Namshar. Still 2 drones mining from that gas geyser. And still, well, it was a gasless opening from Nogard. He has taken his double gas geyser right now at his natural base. So wall off with a roach warren and double evolution chamber should come down fairly easily at this point. But Zergling speed is going to be pretty far ahead for Namshar. He might try to hit a timing to try and get the denial on the 3rd base. But this could also mean that he wants to add on 3 extra extractors and go for Mutalisk. That's still definitely a possibility. He is still mining gas with 3 drones. Well, he put a 3rd one on that extractor once again. So it is a possibility. But let's see. Second gas guy is going to come through. What is the timing of the lair going to be? That's the most important question. And will he put down an evolution chamber? Now with the evolution chamber it might already get quite a bit harder. But the double evolution chamber from Nogard is already going to come down. Now there are quite a few queens out for these 2 players. 4 queens each, which is pretty decent. The Zerglings will sacrifice himself for the greater good, so the Overlord will remain alive, and it does get microed away behind this. Now the lair on the way from Namshar. He's getting his Roach Warren, only one evolution chamber this time though, and he did not start an upgrade. There we go. Just as I say it, I was still hoping a little bit for those Mutalisks, but with this setup that is not gonna happen. But a third base is gonna come through. Zergling speed is done for Namshar. He's producing a lot of Zerglings right now, while Nogard has not gotten his own Zergling speed just yet. But the Queens did supply block Namshar just a little bit, getting the kill on that Overlord. Immediately Namshar is starting another one, but I don't believe he has the... well, just a few larvae did pop, so he can start another one to really get rid of that supply block. But the Zerglings of Nogard are gonna go towards that third base. There are Banelings in position. Oh, that is horrible for Nogard. All of those Zerglings just running face first into all of those Banelings. And at the other side of the map, a lot of Zerglings are going to try and contest at third base. They might try and get a kill on two of those Queens. Well, not even getting one right there. Oh, wow. Nogard actually attacking his own Queen for a little bit right there. It's still pretty equal. Trying to get some damage on top of each other. One Zergling trying to pick off that Baneling, but the Baneling is going to be pretty well protected. And this is a very weird engagement for Nogard. Nogard already taking quite a few losses right there. But he has gotten his third base up. It has not taken any damage whatsoever. Neither does the third base of Namshar. There's going to be a big run by from Nogard into the natural base. A lot of drones will go down, but a nice surround on top of that Queen. But at the same time, he might lose his third base, which is also very crucial in this setup. Now the Queen will go down at that natural base, but there's the reinforcements from Namshar. Zerglings on Zerglings. Third base was taken out. He's still fighting with the Broodlings. Not really worth the effort, but he still has his third base up and running, so he's still one base up, and even though he's down in supply, Namshar is still in a very good position just because he can produce so much more. But Nogard is a 4-worker lead. He is producing a lot of roaches. Looking at the roach count, it is 19 against 12. Namshar is going to need those reinforcements very soon. He's producing 4 more at this point. Roach speed not quite done yet for Nogard. It is going to be done for Namshar, so he's going to have that advantage. He can take the engagement, and Namshar will be able to clean this all up. Nogard cannot retreat from this because the roaches of Namshar are faster still. His roach speed only now finishing up, so he can try and get away from that, but that was not a good engagement for Nogard at all. And still, no damage at that third base. Namshar behind this was droning up quite hard. He is up to 50 drones right now. Looking at the upgrades, it is completely equal. The +2 is a little bit ahead for Nogard, so he might try and hit a timing with that, but not the biggest of windows at all. That is at 73 seconds. This is at 24, so almost a minute of a window where he can try and go for the engagement. But Namshar should be able to delay an engagement for that long too. We'll just have to wait and see how that actually works out. Supply is still being very equal, but the third base is so incredibly late for Nogard. And that is a lot of production that he cannot enjoy from that third base. And of course the economy too. Namshar currently mining in 300 more minerals every minute. And this was for a good solid 2 minutes that was going down. So great setup right there. Another supply block from Nogard. Another Overlord did get sniped right there. But let's see where these players want to go on the aggression side once again. Nogard is being supply blocked once again. He's producing 5 of those Overlords. And usually I'm not someone that pays a lot of attention to those supply blocks, but they are happening so frequently in the playstyle of Nogard. It's very unfortunate to see because he can get in a much better position if he could already have those 11 roaches on the battlefield right now. They were just delayed because of the supply blocks, which is really unfortunate for him. But once again, looking at the roach count, it is pretty much equal at 40, 42, 42, 44. And Namshar wants to go for the engagement. And I do believe he has taken a better concave right there. A lot of roaches from Nogard not engaging at the beginning of that engagement. But now Nogard will outnumber him. And he has that +2 attack upgrade. The timing has been hit. And Namshar has to return back home. He has to regroup. Let's see if he can go for the engagement at a later point. Now Nogard, with that engagement, with the upgrade advantage, he was able to pull ahead just a little bit, and he wants to try and get some work done at the third base. But more and more reinforcements are going to come through from these players, and the Overlord is going to spot all of this. All of the forces of Nogard have been sent forward. Upgrades completely equal. Looking at the unit count, 51 roads against 34. Namshar pretty far behind in that regard. Nogard trying to get into a good position, and he has pretty much gotten it. A lot of roaches from Nogard are now fighting. He's gotten on top of the roaches of Namshar, and damage will be done. But there will be a need for reposition. Nice transfuse coming down from Namshar, but will it be enough? He's still down in supply, and the reinforcements of Nogard have arrived now too. 110 supply against 144, and the Roachwarren is gonna get sniped. Oh, he's not gonna go for it. One more volley would kill it off right there. He's really trying to take the advantage right there. Drones are being pulled off the line. He does not even need to snipe that Roachwarren, it looks like. He is just going to take this battle straight up. He's killing off all of the roaches of Namshar right there. He has taken a very significant supply lead, and he is busting through towards a natural base. No more mining at the third base. Drones have all been pulled and all been killed off. No counter aggression going down whatever way. Roachwarren still being taken out right there, so no more roaches for Namshar. And he is in the natural base. Workers are falling. And 70 supply against 132 supply. There is going to be the GG. And Nogard taking game number 2, equalizing the score to a 1-1 right there.